Coming to you from Strings and Things Studio in Ventura, California, I'm Anne.
I'm Katie.
I'm Karin.
And this is the Strings Unraveled podcast. Woo!
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to July. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
I mean, I say that like we haven't been sitting here and chatting for the last half an hour before I press the record button.
Nobody knows. Now they know.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Bless you.
My 14-year-old son, my husband was commenting on how deep his voice has gotten recently, and he recorded his voice on a video on his phone, and then played it back for himself. And I guess he'd not heard
His own
and
voice.
so he's just had the realization that he hates hearing his voice recorded.
Oh, yeah.
We all go through that.
Welcome to that son. Yes,
I like to
That's
talk.
funny.
I just don't want to hear myself.
yeah. It doesn't sound so bad, it rattling around in my head, but it's definitely different.
It's different.
Played back, for sure.
That's so funny. Well, Karen's gonna sneeze again. Maybe.
I'm trying to sniff into my shirt, so maybe it's muted.
It's definitely very covert. We've talked about it. Everyone knows now.
Yep.
Well, I guess we jump into what are you working on?
Yep.
We all are dying to know what Katie's working on.
Oh.
She has some gorgeous yarn
I want
in
to
front of
steal
her.
that when she's not looking.
This
that color is gorgeous.
Yarn has been in my stash for a decade at least.
Wow.
This is from Village Spinning and Weaving in Solvang.
Ooh,
It was like
it's
one of
classic.
those sold by the ounce things, and I think they hand dyed it there. I had to
Wow.
dig deep in my Ravelry to see, because I had started a project with this, and I luckily made notes
Oof.
because I was wondering if I had enough yardage of it, and it's like a tealy bluey green color. I don't know if it had a name at some point, but it's like Kona fingering, and it's like 1,200 yards or something.
Wow.
That I have of it, and it was the perfect amount to make float side, which is a woolen pine pattern. So this is my main color, and float side is worked sideways, and you start in the round on a sleeve and then transition into the body. So I
that's
have my
cool.
sleeve cast on. I have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
It starts with an I-cord cast on, and
Okay.
I can never make my I-cord cast on look neat because I always feel like that first row is really loose. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it was really bothering me. So I did a provisional cast on, and I'm going to do an I-cord bind off instead.
Perfect.
But I didn't know if there was a way that I didn't know of that you know better than me.
Pull tighter on the...
Yeah,
Or
but
go,
I feel
I
like
always
it's
start with
still-
a small. I always have to start with 1 or 2 sizes smaller
Yeah,
than
the
they
pattern
say to
doesn't-
make it tidy.
The pattern says to use your larger size needle for the cast on, and it didn't look good, so I started it over.
Well, then, yeah, you're never going to solve that problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your solution was the best
You solved
solution.
Okay, good. So it's got a panel of color work that runs down the front, and the float side, aka the wrong side of the work, shows down the front. So you get these cool strands, and this pattern is really, really smart because you always are knitting. Where does it say? Hold on, let me read it because it makes sense.
Their patterns are generally really
I was going to say
well-written, I
that
think.
the team does a great job of making things.
It says the
Coherent.
floats are worked with the float side facing outward to create a fabulous texture. Stitches are slid back to the start of the row every row, so you never have to purl your color work. And I was like, that is smart.
Nice.
And they have like a bunch of really great video tutorials that go with the pattern. Like you get a password in the pattern to access the videos. So far so good. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know what I think I need 7 contrasting colors for my size, and I don't know what they are going to be yet. I might buy like a mini skein set or something, because I was looking at my stash and I couldn't find any 7 semi-solid cohesive colors that I really like together. But I figured I could at least start on it, and I'll get to that when I get to it.
Yeah, like maybe a Miss Babs or something.
Yeah,
Color pack or whatever.
Knit Picks,
I have a
think.
suggestion.
Yes.
Treehouse Knits makes some really amazing mini skein sets.
Mm-hmm.
I had taken advantage of her more recent one that was like Gilmore Girls inspired, and I got those. So I have my mini skeins for that. I just don't have a solid for that as a background. But it's kind of perfect because it's 7 colors.
Oh, that would
that's
be perfect.
cool.
I'm looking at their website and I don't see any, but maybe they have to like.
You may
Wait
have
for
to might need another update.
Yeah.
Or since I won't actually make it, you could just look at. Maybe I'll bring in mine. You could look and see if it works for
maybe
you.
I'll buy it off you.
Yeah.
What colors are they? Obviously, must go with this.
Yeah, these are Karen's colors. So, anyway, so I've started that and I am enjoying it. I just started it today. I did my swatch and since it's knitted sideways, I figured the row gauge was pretty important. So I washed it and blocked it like they told me to, my swatch. And before it was dry, I cast on because I was like, I think it's going to be fine. And I think it was.
Yeah, good.
And
you're setting a good example.
Yeah. Do as I say. And apparently I also did this time.
Yeah.
Usually I know.
Yeah.
So that is one. I have this bag here. This is called the Mason bag, and it is from
Cute fabric. I know
think
where you
it's
got
from,
that.
Oh, who is it that makes the hardware? Sally Tomato. It's a Sally Tomato pattern. And it's like a cosmetic bag, sort of, and it's like an angled shape boxy bag kind of thing. And I saw this pattern on Ravelry. I didn't realize that this is the larger size, that it was going to be as big as it is. There's also a smaller size version of this pattern, and I thought, oh, that might be a fun class to teach, but it was such a pain in the booty that I don't want to subject your student to it.
Or yourself again.
Or myself again, because I bought fabric for 2 of them, because I was like, oh, this will be, really fun. So my fabric is like a golden ochre kind of color background with apples on it, like little pink apples. Yeah, and then I bought the alternate colorway of this fabric, which is like an appley green color. And I don't remember what color the apples are. But that was going to be the mini size, but I don't want to make another one of these. And I'm calling it a work in progress because I never assembled my lining because I don't want to. So I may or may not. I mean, I'm sure I will.
It's a pretty cool shaped bag, even if the construction's kind of wackadoo.
And I think I should have sewn the lining together first before I sewed the outside because it's like a foam interfacing. So there's a lot of fabric I have to squish out of the way in order to sew the lining closed.
Wait.
So I should have done it the other way.
The lining's not part of, because it looks like a finished bag right now.
Yeah, but like so the bag is finished because you're sewing the side and the bottom seams on both sides.
Yeah.
So I did it for the outside, and then I turned it right side out to see what it looked like. But I still have to turn it inside out again and do those same seams for my lining pieces. But I haven't done it yet, and I don't feel like it. So maybe someday it'll be a finished project, but for right now it is a work in progress. But I thought it was cute. And I like it, so I do want to finish it. I am knitting a Strange Brew with my Strange Brew class that I am currently teaching, and it is a Halloween version of my Christmas sweater, basically, that I made a couple years ago. So this is my Halloween sweater, and it has a sun and moon. A star and a moon.
Kitties.
I've got purple kitties. I have candy corn.
I love those cats.
And I am on the bright green, which is going to be ghosts, which you can't see on my pattern. Those are my ghosts.
Ectoplasmic
cool.
ghosts.
Right?
Totally.
I was like, what color are my ghosts going to be? Bright green. Why not?
Yeah.
Because my cats are bright purple. I wanted to I was like, oh, that'll be cute. I'll put black cats on it, but it's a black sweater. So I was like, well, what color cats am I going to make? Do you know what this color is?
Purple pop.
It is 100% purple pop.
It was beautiful.
I dyed it for some other project, but it works for this. So
yeah, it's gorgeous.
It has been very fun, and it's fun to see what my students are coming up with too.
Yeah,
it's design your own, so everybody's doing something a little bit different. I have a crocheted cardigan. I think last time I talked, I was doing a different crocheted cardigan, the Carl cardigan, and I decided I didn't care about it.
It looked boring.
It was boring. This is
the
pattern
you
is
found
called
the $2 yarn too?
I did. This pattern is called Envision, and it is a crocheted top-down cardigan. So your crocheting increases like you would a knitted raglan sweater. Let's see if there's a good picture of it on this page so you can see. It's like your basic button-up really cute basic cardigan.
Yeah, it is cute.
And I'm using whatever this yarn is.
Limited edition.
Yes, limited edition. Limited time only, which I think is a lie.
No, it's like they're clearing it out.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
done.
but like it's been around for a few years.
No. No, it just started this fall.
But this yarn has been around for a while.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Because they've never had like a wool
I'd settle
acrylic
debate,
like
debate, but I know nothing.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it had been around a while.
They have another, because I was looking to see if you could order it online because I wanted some of the natural.
Yeah.
I got 3 balls of the natural by the time it went to $2. They have another thing called Cozy Wool, but it's like a chunky yarn.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I need to get back to Michael's because I want to buy more, but I don't know if they have it still.
I was there the other day. I don't remember. Sunday maybe?
Recently-ish.
And there was like some green and purple and orange, I think.
Okay. This color is called Spice.
Yeah.
It's like a rusty orange color.
You want me to look for some tomorrow? I'm going to be out in a different area, so I might look at a different Michael's.
Yes.
If you happen to be in one.
There's nothing at the Camarillo one.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the Valencia one.
I would love to know. Buy whatever they have.
The whole stock.
No. Well, it's $2 a ball.
Yeah, it's a good deal, because what is it normally? $10?
Yeah.
And you get a lot of yardage, so it's a DK weight, supposedly, even though for some reason yours looked so much thinner the other day when I was looking at it. So this is called the Envision cardigan, and I have a knitted sweater that I pulled out of my the depths of my closet when I was organizing. So this is the Lori pullover, which I've made and I taught as a class, but this is a new sample of it in my favorite yarn, which is
I love
Karin
that
Cotton
color.
Cakes.
But
so
that
it's a
gray is
acrylic.
gorgeous.
It looks so energetic.
It's such a nice yarn. Like, you can feel it. It's like, it's cotton, but it's got lots of, memory. It's just a really nice yarn. So I figured a nice slouchy pullover with a cotton yarn I'd probably get a lot of wear out of, and it's a semi-solid, light-ish gray color. Like, how could,
But it's got some tone to it.
Yeah.
Either that or it's just my
This
eyes.
was called, no.
It's tonal.
It's definitely
right now
tonal.
the floaters are like taking over.
This was the Cotton Angel Cake, I think is what they called it, which is like a semi-solid version, because currently they're only selling the striped version of that yarn, and whenever they come out with the solid color version, I'm going to buy as many as I can, because I like that yarn a lot, and I'm tired of the stripes. But I've made 2 or 3 sweaters out of it, and I really like it. So that's the Lori pullover. And then I have 2 quilts that I have, one that I just cut out and one that I am actively sewing at home. And I don't have pictures of the quilt, my blocks or whatever, but I can show you the fabric I'm using at least. I'm making a bed-sized quilt for me, and the pattern is called Starshine, which is a quilt pattern by Modernly Morgan, is her design name. So it is
that's
stars
neat.
in.
Yeah.
I like the colors.
Yeah, I'll show you the fabric. I picked out a bunch of cotton and steel fat quarters.
Mm-hmm.
So these are my colors plus and white.
Those are
base.
nice.
Oh, that's gonna be lovely.
So I've got gray, coral, kind of an acidy, limey, yellowy green, some light tealy turquoise, a darker turquoise, and then some kind of like orchidy, pinky purple colors. And it's been really fun. It's pretty simple. It's a great pattern for the way that I like to quilt, because there's not, even though it's queen size, like I don't need to make 500 of a small block. It's at most 64 of a thing, which is not that bad when it comes to quilting. But there's different techniques. Like I made flying geese. I made these little sashing blocks that were different. That were strip pieced. I'm making a bunch of half square triangles, so I get to change it up, and I'm not doing the same thing over and over. So it's been a really fun pattern I really like. That I'm excited to have as a bed quilt, because I've never made a whole quilt big enough to go over my queen size bed. And then the other one is a pattern called Just 12. Let me look it up because I wrote it down who it's by. Tara Lee Quiltery is her username. And I bought a fat quarter bundle of, I'm not the biggest fan of Tula Pink, but she has a new collection of stripes and mini dots.
Is that the tiny animals or?
Tiny Beasts is her new collection, but this is part of her like all the time line of like blenders, so whatever you call it. So this is a fat quarter bundle of her solid tiny polka dots.
Yeah, I like those.
So they're pretty cute. The pattern, like I said, is called Just 12, and it uses just 12 fat quarters to make a like throw size blanket. Good. It's not the most exciting looking quilt, but it'll be easy and fun. Let me find the picture of it so I can show you, and I'll post pictures on our Instagram. So this is the pattern. It's strips.
Charlie ships to United States.
Oh, sorry. This is the picture.
Oh, that is cute.
Yeah, I thought it would be cute to show all the fun colors.
Yeah.
I have had a pain in the booty. James and I sat down one day trying to figure out what colors to put with which ones, and this has to go with this, and then it's going to blend into that. And we had like all these different iterations of how it could go, and then I finally was like, you know what? I just have to sew this thing together and stop thinking about it. But I haven't.
Well, it's like putting together a fade, right?
Yeah, actually, like at some point you just have to make a decision and do it. So, those are the two quilts that I am working on as well.
But like a fade, it's gonna look good no matter what you choose.
I hope so. That's it. That was a lot of things.
That was a lot of things.
Yeah,
but that's awesome. I love to hear lots of exciting projects. Karin, what are you working on?
Well, mostly I grabbed the Great Gingham because I came to the studio with nothing to work on because I was trying to finish up something. And this is why I am glad I have an organized project, because I can go to my box and I'm like, I don't have to start. First, I'm like, let's grab some yarn and start something new. No, I don't know that. How about I just go and pull something out? And I'm like, I just grab the first thing and I'm like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. So that's what's in my hands at the moment.
Nice.
But mostly I am in full-on design land because I have a sample that's due in a few weeks. And I'm doing the largest size. So it has a 72-inch circumference for the body. But I'm almost done with the body. Right. Considering I started it while I was working the elections. So
it's only been 2 weeks or so then.
Yeah. I mean, to do the full-on body in Tunisian crochet. And I love this Surrey, the Teal Torch Knits Surrey Fluff. I love it so much. It's not currently on her website, but I asked her last night, I said, are you going to have that on a future update? Because I want to make this in my size in this yarn in the future. And it looks like a 4-color fade, but it's 2 colors that blend really nicely from one to the other. So
cool. And it's Tunisian, right?
It's Tunisian. It's a raglan style pullover. And because the Surrey alpaca mixed with silk does not have any, and mixed with Tunisian crochet does not really have stretch. If in a horizontal way, I have designed it as if it were a woven fabric. So that kind of thing needs more ease, especially if you've ever tried to pull something on as a pullover and you kind of got your shoulder kind of tweaked. I didn't want that to happen.
Injuries from getting dressed.
But I did discover something in the process that while it doesn't have any stretch horizontally, it has a lot of stretch vertically. I mean, it has bounce. It bounces back. So in my future design will go like sleeve to sleeve, where you'll get the comfort of that stretch in that design. And you could also make it out of a fingering weight wool instead of 2 very fluffy lace weights. It's meant to be open and airy, where the fluff kind of fills up the air pockets.
Is this something that we can share a photo of or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Maybe can I take a picture of like the texture of it or something?
I can send you. Yes, we can do that. We can, because I have a picture on my phone. I think of that I took to show them how some of the stuff was fading. So, and we can maybe black and white it or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's going to be out next winter.
Okay.
So, But yeah,
We'll look forward to it
it's
then.
like wearing a kitten, as long as you're not allergic to cats.
That would be
You didn't
important.
have to like do anything to the cat to be able to wear it.
But it's like lace weight fluff on a really, really big hook.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes
Nice.
pretty quickly.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen you working on it. It's quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I got something that I finished for the next segment.
Okay.
Literally just finished while you guys were sitting here. Like before we started.
Cool. Well, then I think it's Anne's turn. What are you working on?
Well, did I talk about the snowmen last time?
I don't
I
remember
don't think
anything about a
so.
snowman.
So, I had a real fun beginning crochet student,
Uh-huh.
and she already really kind of knew how to crochet, but she just wanted to shore up her skills
Uh-huh.
so that she could make this scarf.
Okay.
It is called Snappy Sampler Scarf, and it's these snowmen faces.
Oh, those are
That's
so cute.
So I'm making it in, I think it's Heartland,
Uh-huh.
and
I like that yarn.
a generic softish white. I think it's like the store brand from Joann's, whatever their store brand acrylic is.
Mm.
But the Heartland's so pretty because it's got that tweedy colors.
Yeah.
And that they're all named after national parks, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh.
So this one is this green. It's a soft mossy green, or not mossy even. It's like a spring green.
Yeah.
This is the Channel Islands.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Really?
I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, this one's the Channel Islands.
I guess
Nice.
I don't know that color. I guess it's not the color I would associate it with it, but I've never
What
actually.
would you choose? This color?
No,
No,
maybe
I
it's
would say
something
like
dark.
that, like a tealy blue, like oceany
like
color.
the ocean.
Yeah.
I think of the terrain.
I haven't actually been on the island. I've only been
Oh.
around the island.
It's
Dirt
fun.
colored.
That's why I picked
Yeah.
up the gold color. I think this is what the hillsides
and
look like in
gray.
the springtime.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would say
It's
that.
really
That's
pretty.
probably about right.
I have a goal that I would like to go in each season
Mhm.
and experience Santa Cruz in each of the seasons.
We were gonna go camping there. We like had this idea. We're like, we should go this summer, but apparently you need to book it, a summer ahead or so because I could not get a reservation. So,
Wow.
but I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Because it's limited. It's limited space. They don't. They only
It's
allow
a
a
pretty big
small
campground though.
I think it just is very popular.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
The only way to get there is by your own boat or by
Island
Island Packers, which is a fun ride.
Mm-hmm. Especially because they stop if they see anything cool. So
Yeah.
it's like mini whale watching, even
Yeah.
though you didn't even pay for whale watching.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Like one time the dolphin, I think it probably happens a lot.
Yeah.
But the dolphins are racing
Yep.
with you because there's the dolphin nursery
Mhm.
is on the way
Mhm.
through the channel.
That's where we've seen
We
so
saw
many.
like a fin whale or something.
Oh.
Not on, because we've also been whale watching. But this was just on the way to the island, so that was
That's
pretty cool.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So the pattern is,
The snappy sampler
Yeah,
scarf.
but I'm looking for her name, who the designer
Oh.
is, but she's on
Does
Ravelry.
it say up there at the top?
No, Snappy Tots.
Snappy tots.
Yeah, that's I guess her design name.
Hmm.
She's got quite a few cute crocheted things.
That is cute.
I did something foolish, and just today I was thinking, because I haven't worked on this in a week or two, it's pretty fast. Like, I think I got through most of this in an evening, and I just have, like, one more snowman to finish. I don't like to work over my crochet ends. I prefer to
Mhm.
crochet them in.
Mhm.
Or, I'm sorry, weave them in instead of
Yeah.
crocheting them in. But this has so many ends.
Yeah, it does.
Because you're changing colors a lot.
Yep.
I just realized it would probably be
Side
faster.
fringe.
So side fringe, yeah. It would probably be faster for me to start this over and crochet
Then
over my
have to
ends
weave in
than
all
to
of
weave
them.
in all of these ends, and I think that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
So, Cher, I kind of feel like you do about crocheting your ends in. Why do you prefer to weave them versus crochet over them?
Twofold.
Because I think this is
Great
an
question.
important.
One
topic.
is I think that I can do it tidier
Mm-hmm.
by weaving it into the stitch instead of crocheting over it, because you're
Mhm.
always going to have that little nubble. I mean, you're always, no matter what method you choose. But I feel like I have more control over where that little end, where you finally have to break the yarn or
Uh-huh.
leave the end dangling. I think I have more control over where it ends up if I weave it in with a tapestry needle. Second thing is same thing about security, not just control, but security. I think I can do it more securely than just crocheting over it, because I've had things come apart,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
when I weave it in
With a tapestry
With
needle.
a tapestry needle, I've never had it come apart, and I can do it more securely. So I feel like I have more control, and it's more secure if I do it
The old-fashioned
with
way.
a tapestry needle. Yeah.
I feel the same as you, but mostly also because I feel like my gauge changes. It creates some bulk when the yarn
Yeah.
is coming over the back of it, and
Yeah. Like,
Maybe-
I would definitely prefer to crochet over it than double strand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But I think it'll be faster to just rip this stupid thing out because I'm
And
gonna
you
make
get the
it
fun of doing it again.
Yeah, and it is really fun. I am going to make a second one, but like in purple and blue and
Like snowy colors.
yeah, because it's just I'm hoping that people will be interested in this because I'm going to offer it as a class as a winter thing as
Mhm.
opposed to this is a
Mhm.
Christmas item.
Yeah. Snowmen are
Um,
winter. They're
yeah.
not Christmas.
Yeah. And snowmen are something we don't have here in
No.
Ventura.
No.
But they are definitely for winter.
Yeah, just make it in like blues and white.
Yeah, yeah. And then I also like so I'm really trying. When we last recorded, Karin had shared that she has committed to not starting anything new per se. I'm not going to hold you to it because I wouldn't want anyone to hold me to that.
I completely forgot that, and I was
Oh, okay.
all ready to grab some yarn and needles. So
Well, that's why I just thought
that's
you were
how
holding
quickly my commitment goes.
I thought you were holding strong right now. By
Okay,
going
sure,
into your bin.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Karen, you should've
Okay.
just said, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to always tell the truth with you. So
Well, for the same reason I was going to hold you in high esteem, I also esteem the fact that you are so honest. I always value that as a character trait.
well, because liars.
Bad. Also takes so much more effort to be a liar.
Yeah.
I started a new sweater, so it's because of the $2 yarn.
Yeah.
I wasn't that interested in the self-striping,
Uh-huh.
or the multi. I couldn't even tell if it was striping because the color run seemed sort of short.
Yeah.
I wasn't very interested in that in this cozy wool merino, whatever it's called. But then it was $2.
Right.
So
You're like, well, I could get into it for
It looks
$2.
prettier
Yeah, I'm
when
like,
it's
well,
cheaper.
I only bought one ball and I started a swatch to check out the what it looked like when I knit it up.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, this is striping in some pretty decent, like
Nice.
not too busy stripes.
That's good to know because I also did not know what was going to
Yeah.
happen with that yarn.
So
It's cute.
I went right back over and bought like 6 more balls.
Mm-hmm.
And the sweater I'm making is a side to side by Skinanigans.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same girl who did that pullover.
Yeah, the
Miss Ziggy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll finish that someday.
I'm super close. I just need the sleeves, and the
Same.
sleeves are short because it's a long drop
Same.
shoulder.
Oh.
What, you have 10 rows.
Maybe
who
not even.
brought us-
Mine's like 5 or 6 rows long. I found it the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, look at this thing.
You who brought us to it, which
I
is
still
a great
really like
sweater.
it, but
Right, and I don't regret that you lured us into this wonderful sweater.
Maybe I'll finish it for Halloween because it's in Halloween colors.
Yeah.
That'd be but no, I'm not even thinking about it till August.
Okay. I think about Halloween all year long.
I'm knitting a Halloween sweater right now.
The sweater I'm making is called Deception and Persuasion.
I love that pattern. It's so cool.
It's you can do a cardigan or a pullover. And now I'm like in full blown like obsession with this pattern. Forget the yarn, right? So
I think I bought it when that pattern first came out because I was like, I want to make this.
it's not like it's really, really easy. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's so far pretty well written. There's one place where I'm like, okay, so you said to do those rows for this, and she has her cute little check boxes, but she actually didn't say what those rows were.
Oh,
So through help people who left good notes, I made a reasonable decision about how to interpret the pattern. But you start at the cuff and you make a sleeve,
mm-hmm.
and then you work across the shoulder and the front,
Mhm.
and then
doing
you
the
do
cardigan.
and then you do the same thing with the right sleeve.
Yeah, I want to make that.
Well, I'm gonna make one in Malabrigo Arroyo and actually do a fade.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Then I feel like I found some other yarn I wanted to use. It's like for some reason in my head I'm like I have a fourth one in mind. Because I'm also going to do a pullover in some like weird ribbon yarn I found at Fabric Town.
Nice.
It's fun.
It's very cute.
And
yeah.
I have a dress I really like that while I was wearing it I'm like, this goes with it because it has red and pink stripes in the
Mhm.
fabric of it.
There you go.
So the color I'm working in is like a fuchsia pink stripe, a sort of cherry red stripe, and then like an aubergine,
Kind of mauve.
burgundy. Yeah. And it's beautiful. The stripes are not as busy as I thought. You knit this. The sleeve is done in the round, and then you turn it wrong side so the pearl side shows, and then you knit the body in garter stitch.
I guess I didn't realize that the sleeves were stockinette because I thought they were garter stitch just looking
I
at the
did
photos.
too. Yeah,
Smart.
because the pearl side's showing.
Yeah.
But you knit the sleeve.
Okay, I gotta make one of those.
Um,
If
It's
Karin
really fun.
finds $2 yarn, maybe I'll start one.
there you go. Yeah. Well, I'm
In
very
any
interested
color?
in the taupes. The taupe, because it's on the
Text me-
band.
Text me tonight so that when I go out there tomorrow.
Do you have your ball band was on your yarn still?
Yeah.
So
take it?
I really, just get us this yarn, Karin.
Text us when you get there a
Yeah.
picture, and I will do my best to respond back.
So that taupe colorway.
Dang, I just saw it was originally $10.
Yeah.
God, I can't do this. Why are you guys doing this to me? I gotta buy this yarn. You're monsters.
But see that taupe? It's like tan, white, and gray. I
Uh-huh.
was really
Cute.
not interested in that when it was just in a mystery skein of like,
Yeah.
what are those
And
colors
even in that
doing?
picture,
That's
like,
it. Does its own self-striping thing?
Yeah, it's not good. It's a crocheted scarf, and so the stripes aren't,
they're all
They're
chunky.
jogs
Yeah.
and they're not.
and you can't see the pattern. It wasn't selling it, but in this sweater,
Yeah.
I'd be really into that.
Oh
neutral
yeah,
one.
totally.
Do the increases go on the top of the sleeve?
Yeah, weird,
Weird.
right?
Fascinating.
No,
Fascinating.
I like
follows the
that. I
slope.
think. Okay, I am a
that's
firm
smart.
believer in putting those increases on the top
Well, 'cause that's
because it
actually,
fits
like,
the natural
shape.
shape of your arm and shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I really want to make one now.
I might have to start it over because I'm afraid my sleeve ended up too small.
It does. I was gonna say it looks a little small, but I don't know.
Yeah, it stops.
It's snug.
Well, it's a drop shoulder because
Oh,
this is the full
okay.
circumference
Yeah.
of the sweater
Okay.
starting there. So she writes it. She's like, when you get to, it might be fine.
Maybe just a good blocking.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm still thinking about that. So I keep knitting on the body whether or not, because it is a drop shoulder, so you can't really get a true.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll block the sleeve and see what I decide.
That's actually probably the best idea
But-
because then it'll tell you how it's going to behave.
What I won't have to rip it all the way out. I'll just have to rip to the increases. She says for all the sizes to stop knitting the sleeve at 14 inches.
Oh, that actually
For all the sizes. Yeah.
No,
it's
that's
short
not.
It's not droppy. It's not enough of a drop.
But you don't know
shoulder to
that,
do that.
when you get there, how far it's gonna go.
Luckily,
Okay,
I was
because-
wearing a dress that has a drop shoulder sleeve, and so I was like, "Well, this is a dress that's going to have almost exactly the same amount of ease as a sweater because
Yeah.
I'm making a size 50 and the dress or a 50-inch circumference bust." And so I just kept trying it on until it matched up my sleeve, sort of. Yeah.
So here's my take on that. Why I believe that is too short by 1 inch, because usually you want the length, even for a drop shoulder, to be from like the wrist bone to the underarm.
It is 4 inches too short for me.
Yeah.
I
So
need-
if you were to do this, I think you should measure the length not from the top of the shoulder because clearly it's a drop shoulder, but it should be comfortable at the underarm.
Yeah.
Not like in the pit itself, but like about an inch below the pit, from there to about the wrist. And for most people, that's about 15 inches, maybe.
I needed,
But
I
honestly,
actually probably need 2 more inches, and that's probably where the real problem of
Mhm.
like when you see it straining to get up. It is snug around my sleeve, but it is more that it's like not
Pulling
getting
at the
up
top,
here.
yeah.
I think if it was a little bit longer,
You're eating
then
up that fabric that you need.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, then the circumference would be right where it needs to be and not pulled up higher.
But something cool
Yeah.
is people, as I don't usually spend a lot of time in the Ravelry comments,
Mhm.
but since I had a different thing, when you get to the shoulder, there's a set of increases that you do,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't clear like exactly which ones you were increasing because you're also doing a faux ribbing down here,
Right.
which is the knit 2 rows, purl 2 rows,
Mhm.
which is the most annoying pattern in the world. But it's working really nicely
Yeah.
as the ribbing. and it's a 4-row repeat, and she didn't tell you exactly how to interpret the increases that go with that 4-row repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, while I was looking for that answer, I saw that a lot of people mix and match the size of the sleeve to the size of the body.
Ah,
So
I can see how you
actually,
could do that.
I
yeah.
am considering that I want more ease in the sleeve.
Yeah.
Because the sleeve is like my exact bicep measurement right now.
I'm going to say, like, how you were thankful that we started
Yes.
Graphica before you did. I'm grateful that you started
Yes.
that before I ever did.
Yeah.
So now I can just ask you.
Happily. What
So,
karma goes around comes around,
I have a
right?
question. Will you be wearing anything? Is this a pullover or cardigan you said?
This one's a cardigan.
Oh, so you're definitely going to wear something underneath.
Yeah.
Unless it's going to be like a camisole or something that doesn't actually have a sleeve. Anything with a sleeve
Yeah.
Oh, I
might
hear what you're
feel
saying.
a
Well, I'm
little
wearing a
snug.
sleeve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how comfortable was that?
Well, I mean, okay, thank you. I think I have realized in my conversation with you that I want to pull it out anyway. So stop knitting on the body.
But the striping
It's
is
great,
really,
right?
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Because it's not like block stripes. It's like a 1 2 3 2 1 3 2 1. It's got like a rhythm to it.
it's cute.
I now want to pick out, like, sock yarn from my stash and double it and do some sort of fadey thing.
Oh, that's what I want to do.
That's your other one?
No, I want to do a marl because
Yeah.
I'm like, I knew I had 4 in mind.
Yeah.
I want to do this when I started. I bought the Arroyo already, and then I bought some this kind of throwaway yarn that's actually knitting up pretty cool, but I need it. It's a work in progress. And that's why that one will be the pullover, because I don't wear pullovers as much as cardigans.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do a marled one.
Yeah.
That would be so
was
great.
That was the 4th one in my
You can
head.
do some fun fading
And I'm
with
seeing
that.
how the texture would be so cool in a marl.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, and it's I didn't come up with that out of my brain. It is a suggestion for the fade.
Yeah, I was just looking at pictures. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is a thing that you could easily do with double strand.
And I think I'm not that crazy about the ones that are symmetrical and like
yeah.
mirror from the center out.
Yeah.
So I think for my Malabrigo one, I'm going to do
A
like
full
one
fade.
color all the way across.
That would be cool.
Full fade starting at color A and ending at color B. Or it's not B. I think I chose 7 colors.
Color D,
Yeah.
whatever.
But it's really fun. I'm not going to mind starting the sleeve over.
Cool.
And then I'm making a whole bunch of my warm-up mitts, but I don't want to talk about them very much right now, except for they're not in there. I got some needles specifically to make my thumbs.
Oh.
So remember the sock sticks?
Yeah.
They're kind of expensive.
Mhm.
Lantern Moon, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find them. I don't think they're made anymore. But Haya does.
Oh, how
4-inch
cute those are.
Yeah, 4-inch double-pointed needles.
Uh-huh.
And they are the most perfect thing.
Perfect
I bought
for
them
thumbs.
specifically to do my thumbs on my mitts.
Nice.
What a
And
great
it's a
idea,
dream.
because they're
It's
kind of
perfect.
small for socks, but for thumbs, they're perfect.
It was perfect. Yeah. So they're actually kind of hard to find online. I bought mine from Twisted, which used to be a storefront. I think they went to only online, but they were a
That
fun
Portland?
PDX store.
Yeah.
I always liked going there because, like, you like going to yarn stores because you like going to yarn stores.
Yeah.
But they particularly always had Pacific Northwest dyers there.
that's
So, like,
cool.
you could guaranteed find everything from Knitwit or Knitted Wit, whatever her name is. But then some other cool
That's awesome.
PDX or Pacific Northwest. What's that one? Black Cat Fibers?
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't realize
had
they
a
were
ton
up
of their
there.
stuff. I mean, maybe they're not, but they had a ton
that.
of
I
theirs.
also bought, like, Trillion Fibers, I think, was also a Portland, and it was like this super neon-y green. I remember I bought there. I loved it. It was called like
Ooh.
Lightning Bug or something, but that was a good one.
Yeah, I think that's all I've been actively working on. I am working on something, but it's more of but it really belongs in the finished objects category. So, what have you finished lately, Katie?
I finished a couple of things.
Because usually she's
No, I
adding
don't
piles.
have. I don't have that many.
I
Like, wait a
can't
minute.
see.
I have 5. Is that enough?
That's significant.
So this.
That's very Katie.
Oh, actually, I did have
Look
one
how
more
cute
finished.
Oh,
that
she has
is.
finished?
Oh,
Oh,
I
it's
think-
next. Finished is next.
Yeah.
Finished is now. Carry on.
I bought this fabric from the person I talked about last time. That I bought the backing for the reptile quilt from. I needed like another $3 to get free shipping, so I bought a fat quarter, and it's this cute fabric that is like knitting themed. So you got skeins yarn and needles and hats and mittens and all these cute little things. And when I bought it, it came in the mail. I put it aside in my stash, and then I pulled it out, and I was like, this isn't what I ordered, because it was a straight quarter yard, and I thought I ordered a fat quarter.
Oh.
And I was like, this isn't what I wanted. But then I looked in it that I did order a quarter yard. I don't know why I thought I was going to get a fat quarter. Doesn't matter. So I was working on this pattern called the Holland pouch by Center Street Quilts is her design name on Instagram or whatever, and it's a zippered boxy pouch that's quilted, so you could see my quilting on the inside. And that was fun. I made a couple of these because I thought I was considering teaching it as a class, and I may still, but not on this class schedule. But it was fun. And it this is like the medium size. I think her pattern comes in 3 different sizes. And that has the foam interfacing in it too, so it holds its shape really well. So that was fun.
It's body to it.
Yep. I made something for she will be 7. Her 7th birthday is on Saturday, so for her birthday, my niece.
She's 7?
She's 7.
Wasn't she just like a toddler a minute ago?
Oh my goodness.
So this is the pattern's called Jazzy the unicorn.
So cute.
So adorable.
So she
Look at the yarn hair.
Yeah. This was a free pattern. I was just looking at like cute toys to crochet, and it's been very popular on Ravelry. So it's a amigurumi crocheted unicorn, and she's like an off-white color with pink, purple, blue, unicorn hair color. You know, I found this yarn. I was like, this is the color of unicorn's hair.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And she has a little light purple horn and pink hooves. So my 7-year-old niece, who's obsessed with unicorns, will hopefully love it.
Have tails?
She is supposed to have a tail, but I have not put it on there yet. So depending on how close I get to Saturday, I may or may not put a tail on her.
I love the way you asked that.
I mean, yes, they do. They have beautiful flowing tails, I'm sure, but
like horses.
But sometimes, but sometimes for a toy, that may not necessarily be a good thing. So
yeah, I'm concerned about how well the hair is going to hold up, because it's just like kind of slip knotted through, and the yarn I chose is real silky feeling. It's like soft and silky or whatever. It's like the Karin Simply Soft, but it's not that brand. So I'm afraid it's gonna, like, the hair is gonna just kind of slip out, but I couldn't find a better way to do it that looked neat, you know. So
no, I like the way you've done it, because they look like they're individually tied really nicely.
Yeah, they just, like, if she pulled on them, they could come out. So I'm like, maybe I won't put a tail on.
But she might be old enough not to do that.
Well, we'll see.
Then I don't know. I've not raised girls, so.
Do you have an opinion?
Well, I have a thought.
Yeah.
What if you leaned into it as hair, and like that video you showed us, Karen, of that cat that they like needle felted all of the texture onto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take like I mean, they're a little bit more ubiquitous, like the combs that they're using in macrame, and maybe just comb out the fibers.
Yeah.
And that would poof it out.
Oh, that's
so
true.
that would set the knots.
Maybe for the next one.
Yeah.
Because her birthday's Saturday. And I bought a gift bag, and she's going right in it.
All right. Nice.
So, but I was working on it at home. And she's got these big plastic safety eyes, and I really like the way this pattern was done, because you shape the fabric by like pulling on it to make these like indents for her eyes. And I will say, when it was just the head and the ears, I was like, this looks like a pig.
Yeah, I see that.
She looks like a pig. But then once I put her horn on and her little body and everything, I was like, okay, she looks like a unicorn.
Yeah, no,
but she could easily be a piggy if you wanted her to. So that is Jazzy the Unicorn by Jess Huff.
I could crochet with beads and
no more beaded pigs. I am going to be teaching my rope bowls class again, so I made some fresh samples just because they're fun to make. So this one, I actually kind of hate this, but
what?
I ordered I found this great system where I can order from Joann's in Oxnard, and James works in Oxnard, and he can just pick up my order and bring it home. So when I ordered this thread, it's like a color changing cotton thread.
I love this.
I thought it's rainbow, but I thought it was going to be a little brighter.
It's more primary color.
It's
than-
very primary
yeah,
colors with a little bit of pink in it, and it's cute, but it kept breaking, and it was like, I don't like this anymore. So I made a short little bowl. It's like a little trivet or something. But that one I made to like refresh my memory.
A little shallow bowl.
Yeah, and then this one I made with scraps from my cutting of the
I love
Just 12.
that. I saw that on someone else doing that.
So the fabric I'm using for Just 12, I had all these little leftover strips. So I wrapped the rope in the fabric strip, and I have seen where you can make the rope bowls where the entire thing is wrapped in fabric, and I'm not a huge fan of that look. But this
I
is
like
like
that. No,
I
little
love it that way
dashes
with
of
little
color in
pops.
there. So this one I really like. I didn't intend for it to be that big, but I just got excited when I was making it and just kept going. But that one I really like, and I thought that would be a fun option to offer as an alternative design for the class.
Yeah.
Yes, Karin.
Is it possible to make it bigger, like a laundry hamper
Yeah.
size?
Yeah, you can make it as big as you want.
What an awesome laundry hamper size!
Right? Wouldn't that be fun? This is the Dritz brand clothesline that you can buy from Joann's. I bought all that they had when James picked up my order for me, which ended up being... Oh, that's a loud noise.
Do they have it at Lowe's?
They have it at Lowe's, but it was not... I couldn't find a cottony... This isn't 100% cotton. It's like cotton and polyester or whatever, but I like the like
It's
natural look of it.
Yeah.
And the one I bought from Lowe's is like shiny white nylon-y rope,
yeah.
which makes a more structure, which might be better for like a laundry basket because this is pretty floppy. But
I like that natural cottony look.
yeah,
actually.
I like that it's like even in it there's like little bits of little colors just because it's like a natural cotton. So that was fun. And I have visions of making. I still have little leftover bits and pieces of this fabric, but I mean I have endless amounts of scrap fabric, so I can make an endless amount of bowls as long as I have rope for it.
Could you make a laundry basket size for less than $25?
It's a lot of rope.
So with one of these rope bundles, I can get 3 bowls about this size. So maybe 3 or 4 bundles, but they're like, I don't know how much they are. I bought them on sale, but I don't think you could get it for less than 25. Especially if you're counting thread, you know.
Yeah.
Why is that your number?
Go to Tuesday morning.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
fun, but you're not going to save any money.
I'm thinking about for it wouldn't be for me, it would be gifted to
Yeah.
someone who may not appreciate the work and effort that goes
Sure.
into.
The risk with every handmade gift.
Yes, true.
I saw a really cute version where you start with which I want to try next, an oval base, and then you come up the side, and then you skip a section of connecting to make like a little handle.
Uh-huh. I've seen
So
those.
you could use it like a little carrying basket, like you use like a project bag or something. So I want to
Cool.
try that shape next.
I'm also happy you did it with the little pops of fabric because I
Isn't it
think
cute?
it's such a cute idea.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you see it on Instagram?
Probably.
Because I think I might have sent that to you sometime, but you probably already saw it.
I don't know. It was in my brain. I was helping a customer choose fabric to make scrunchies out of, and I was like, I haven't made scrunchies in a while, and I thought it would be a cute girl's gift for my family reunion for 4th of July. So I was like, and she mentioned to me, this customer, that she found this great tutorial. So I looked it up online, and it is a YouTube tutorial by Notches, Notches, Notches Sewing, and it's a very concise, like 2.5 minute long video on how to make scrunchies using the burrito method, which was mind-blowingly smart. I was like, why have I never done this before? And I still don't quite understand how it worked, but it was like, you pull it through, you turn it inside out, and then it was a scrunchie, and I was like, this is so smart. So I made this one today because my hair was sweaty, and I wanted to put my hair up, and I didn't have a hair tie. And then you can make them in like 5 minutes. Like, they're like nothing. So I was playing around with scrunchies, and now I'm like obsessed with this method of scrunchie making. And I've made scrunchies before, and I was like, this is so smart. Like, who is this smart person? How did they come up with this? And all of the comments said the same thing. It's like, well, I've been making scrunchies the hard way. So if you want to make a scrunchie, I highly recommend looking up that YouTube tutorial. It takes a scrap of fabric and a piece of elastic, and it is fun and easy.
I have been wanting, because like people are building whole businesses of making
Yes.
scrunchies.
Yeah, they are.
And,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I've been thinking like, why am I not doing that?
Mhm.
Like, just make 10, put them online, whatever. I don't know where.
I was
Obviously
thinking
our
how
thing, but-
cute it would be to make like Bella, like Mirabella, an outfit in matching scrunchies
Oh,
for
yeah.
all of her dresses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Her hair's finally long enough from her last chop.
My niece, the one who's getting the unicorn, is sporting a very chic, very short hairdo because
Ooh.
she would not brush her hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was me as a kid
That
too.
is what happened.
Yep.
Is
That is
I think
how
every
my
little
mother.
girl goes through that.
This is how I had a pixie for a
Yeah.
long time.
I mean, my mom never let me get it long enough when that would have been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, she and I were on the phone, and she's like, I don't know what to do about my hair. Like, gets in my waistband when I get dressed. I'm like, you who chase my sister and I around to keep our hair bob short are telling me how hard your life is with your long hair.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. There's an obvious solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, she's kept her hair short for most of my memory. So,
Mhm.
like, keep having it long is something she hasn't done since she was, like, Mirabella's age.
Uh-huh.
Because her hair's, like, really thick, and her mom used to braid it back in, like, a headache
I'm so
kind of
jealous.
braid.
Yeah.
And so she chopped it all up when she was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And she's always had it kind of short. So this is, like, novel that she has long hair, but it's like, lady,
I don't want to hear it.
remember that conflict we had when I was little? That's why at my house, all you have to do is keep your hair tidy, which is a big ask. Big ask from Arabella.
Yeah.
But she's really her hair is just straight up curly now. But she does like care for it every morning finally.
Good.
Maybe I'll let her get earrings soon. That was sort of the threshold for whether or not she could get earrings. Karen.
Oh, I have one more thing.
Oh, you have one more thing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. This week at some point was Sewing Machine Day, National Sewing Machine Day. I don't know.
Oh wow.
And I was browsing Instagram, and if you haven't already seen, I'm sure you have. If you look at quilting things on Instagram, Pride and Joy Quilting. She is a incredible foundation paper piecer.
Mhm.
She just came out with this huge quilt that's a portrait of Joan of Arc. Have you seen this?
I have not
Whoa.
seen this.
I'm
She has
looking
this
that up
gorgeous quilt that she made that's a portrait of her and her two sons that's like so sweet, and she has this big like fabulous lion, like really cool stuff.
I bet I've seen the lion.
You
That
probably
sounds
have.
familiar.
Anyway, she was collaborating with a bunch of other quilters on Instagram to release free block patterns for National Sewing Machine Day, whatever. So I downloaded all these free patterns just because I wanted this one, so I made a mini quilt of a sewing machine.
I love it.
Oh, that's a great one.
Isn't it cute? So it is, it looks like a little sewing machine that's sewing a piece of fabric, and it's got a spool of thread. And this was all stash stuff that I had, so my sewing machine is 2 colors of gray and black, but hers
Perfect.
is like peach and pink and really cute colors, so I want to make one that's like really cute colors, but
That one's very cute.
thank you. This was all just stuff I had in my stash. It's got like a turquoisey blue background that I had half a yard of. It was perfect. But I had a lot of fun because I really like foundation paper piecing. So I still want to wash it because I've got some glue spots that I need to wash out. But I'll hang it up in my office or do something with it. I don't know. It was super cute. But there are a lot of other cute patterns that you could download that day. So I have like a stash of block patterns.
Are they still available?
I think they're still available, but you might have to pay for them now. I think they were free that day.
Well, that's cool.
But Verushka Zarati is her name.
Mhm.
Pride and Joy Quilting is her Instagram account.
Oh, I saw she has this one with it's like this eye with makeup, and the details are incredible.
Yeah.
It's like this gorgeous art.
Yeah, it's very cool. And you can buy her patterns and kits to make those fabulous things too. They look more complicated than I want to do. But this was a nice bite-sized little fun project that I really had a fun time with. So that was the last thing that I finished.
Okay.
Now
That's pretty
somebody
good.
else can go.
Great. I mean, that was a pretty good list. Karen, what have you finished?
One thing.
One is enough.
One is
Zero's
enough.
enough.
Yes.
So, class sample. It's simply called wire framed tote, and because I really like the ones that are wireframed. That it looks like I need to trim that. Whatever. So it's like your box, like a big boxy tote, and it has handles. Thank you for adjusting.
Trimming her thread.
Thank you.
I have an embroidery scissors. So
It has a pocket inside. It's a really interesting way. It's quilted. You don't have to quilt it, but I think the quilting gives it better structure.
I like the pockets, yeah.
Well, it's like one big pocket that's formed into 3 pockets.
Nice.
I'm going to turn it this way towards you because there's another thread.
Oh.
And what the
Glad to be of
handles,
service.
so it's rectangular, but the handles come are this giant loop that come under the body and back, and so it's like,
Really
I mean, it's kind of almost bassinet.
Yeah,
It's
you could
big.
put a
This is
little
the
newborn
medium.
in there.
This is the medium size.
Nice.
Imagine the large.
Imagine the large, but yeah, it's an interesting way. The way it's done. It actually has a a really sturdy wire frame that is held in place. You can hear the
Velcro.
from
Velcro.
Velcro.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
idea is that you can take that frame out if you need to wash your bag.
Oh,
okay.
It also has an outer pocket that's made with mesh. So
Cute.
you've got a nice clear. You don't have to do it with mesh. It is nice to have a mesh on the outside. And if you haven't worked with the mesh, it's just another skill set to do.
Cute.
But I've done stuff with it's from where did I brought it? Hold on. Let me look at the pattern. It's called Sew Organized Design, SEW. And
She the same one that did those round baskets
Yeah.
that you did?
yeah, she did. I did the bread baskets before, and in fact, for the largest casserole size, uses the same wire frame for like a really big casserole, I guess.
Nice.
But the idea is then if you had that same type of tote and you went deeper,
Yeah.
you can carry a lot of projects in this
Yeah, you
size.
can put a lot of stuff in there.
I can't even imagine what the larger one is because this is the medium size.
I have these bags from Target, and Target makes them like every summer, and they're wire framed totes like that. And the larger size, I'm guessing, is maybe like the size that the bigger one is, and it's not that much bigger. It's like a little bit longer. But those are so handy because you can carry so much stuff in them.
Oh yeah.
I never thought about making one.
Well, yeah, this one, the medium is 9 inches high by 18 inches wide and 9.5 deep.
Yeah.
The small one is 6 by 14 by 6.5, and that large is 10 by 20 by 10.5, which is like, I don't.
What kind of interfacing is it?
It uses like a foam. So it's foam on the exterior and just like a soft, like, I guess that's soft and stable for the exterior is normally what you do. This one actually, I take it back. This is a double-sided fusible foam.
Okay.
So what's happening is you're fusing both the outside and the inside, but you finish those edges before you fuse them, so that when you have your seams on the inside, they're already finished.
Nice.
So
cute.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It's surprising how the frame is only on the very, very top, but it sits and holds it, stays up. It goes from a floppy tote to a very sturdy, stable tote. And I used some of my favorite fabric from Anna Marie Horner. I forget which, Hindsight.
And those are echinaceas.
Yeah, I love the echinaceas. The echinaceas and the really ginormous print flowers with a really pretty minty connet on the inside.
You should send a picture of that to Super Buzzy and they would repost it.
Oh, that I definitely will do that then.
Because you picked up fabric for that the other day,
yep,
right? Yeah,
I did. I did
really
exactly
cute.
from Super Buzzy.
Cute.
So, anywho, that was my one finished thing.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's fun.
I
made all kinds of mistakes, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what the pattern means when they say that.
I love the big bold floral. And I was at Target yesterday, and they've debuted a collection by Tabitha Brown.
It's really cute. I was just looking at it today.
I love it, but they don't. Our Target does not carry the larger sizes.
No, of course
I
they
think
don't.
it's sold out. You don't think it's sold out?
I went there the first day. They didn't carry it.
Boo.
You can order it online, but my whole point was I wanted to be able to buy it and wear it.
Well, that's a That's
Yeah.
a reasonable point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just figured it sold out. Like there are other times they've done collaborations with a talented designer.
The swimsuit that she has looks
Oh my
so
God.
cute, and it's got this big print on it, which, yeah.
I saw like a mixed polka dots, which I love. I love that kind of play with
Was
texture.
that the black and white polka dot one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about
But
you.
that dress that's
Yeah,
like
it's
royal
really
blue
gorgeous.
and poppy colored orange, like that poppy orange, the California poppy.
Mm-hmm.
What I reconciled was I could make this dress very easily.
Sure.
And so I'm so glad that this designer is being featured at Target to
Mhm.
normalize the exciting, bold colored
Yep.
Mhm.
cotton dress. So I was
Plus,
like,
if you
fine,
don't follow
I'll just make
Tabitha
my own.
Brown, she's just awesome. One of these days I want to get down to LA and go to her restaurant called Kale My Name. And it's a vegan restaurant, but everything that she is so delicious. And one thing they had at Target, speaking of her collection, sorry,
Please
Yeah.
speak of it.
is they carry her sunshine seasoning.
I saw
I saw
that.
that.
It
Yeah.
is so good. I
it
have
good?
had to special order it twice because
Oh.
it sells out. McCormick only offered it like once every 6 months, and it sells out in the first 5
you've
minutes.
talked about it before.
Yeah.
It is so good,
Yeah.
and now that you can
Go
get
get some
you
at Target.
you can just go to Target. I got myself 2 because I'm afraid they're going to sell out.
Oh,
It's that fear of missing out.
So, what would you describe the flavor profile as?
It's very Caribbean, so it's almost a Caribbean curry kind of feel to it.
All right.
There's a lot of turmeric in it, but it has a little bit of heat, but not horribly spicy. If you're a person that only likes a little bit of spice, you'll be fine with this.
Okay.
It's great on vegetables. It's great on meat. I actually used it the other evening on yesterday. I roasted a salad. I roasted some beets to put into a salad. I tossed it with some olive oil and some of that sunshine seasoning and roasted it with some garlic cloves. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yum. All right.
I just had that to go on my salad.
I'm gonna have to grab a because I'm 21 Season Salute from Trader Joe's is my current
That goes on
go-to,
everything?
like multi-seasoning. I don't have to think about what it is, and it's always good.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to try that sunshine. So that's pretty good, Karen.
It's
What you
delicious. It is like it's like sunshine in your mouth.
finished. And that's why I know that you've talked about it before because I love that descriptor. Okay, I finished my Stony Shore cardigan.
Yay!
It's
Cute.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Cozy.
for
I
approval
love those
from
colors.
The
Oh
instructor.
yeah, no, I love it.
I was a dirty knitter, and
What's
I
that
knitted
mean?
all my ribbing.
Oh.
And
It's cute.
if you could be a dirty knitter, I would recommend it. I think when I was working on it, we commented on my I-cord bind off
Yep.
on my
Love it.
ribbing.
What a cozy sweater.
Yeah, perfect thing for an 85-degree humid
Yeah,
day.
we got the air conditioner on
Yeah.
in here.
And my pockets are in. I
Yep.
put my pockets in as I crocheted that row.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Smart.
it worked out really great
Nice.
because my finishing was minimal.
Love it.
This is my first time putting it on right now
Yeah, look.
since I finished
looks
sewing
great.
it while you guys were talking. But all my ends are woven in,
Nice.
so I'm really done.
done.
There's no secret ends. I like to leave like one secret end.
Yeah, somewhere
Where you, like-
conspicuous.
Yeah, where you like find it later and you're like, oh yeah,
and you're like, I'm never gonna leave
never,
that in.
never.
I have a pair of socks that way that I never wore that had stranding. Never
I think I've
wove
told
a
you
single.
before that Cap Bordy told me in person that you shouldn't weave in your ends the first couple times you wear the socks, so that you can see where your stitches land, and then you can weave them in, or just don't weave them in, unless it bothers your toes or whatever. But
Honestly, it didn't bother my toes at all. I was surprised.
I have been beading more than knitting or crocheting, and I made this pretty
Very
trio.
I
pretty.
love the colors.
Of seed beads. I found these jumbo seed beads that are size. So like the bigger the number, the smaller the bead, right? So a 15 is really, really tiny. An 11 is your usual. A 6 is what knitters or a 6 or an 8 is what knitters or crocheters are going to put into their work. So you can get a little hook into those.
yeah,
These are 2s. These
Wow.
baby
Those
beads
big
are
guys.
2. Yeah.
nice.
These are not 2s. For some reason, I think they're 32s, but they're very big. These blue beads I have.
love the different sizes like it gives it such cool texture.
Yeah,
in a
I'm-
finished piece.
Yeah, and I didn't know what to do with them.
Mhm.
And then I was somewhere and they had like all the sizes and coordinating colors. And I was like, well, I'll just do graduated sizes.
Yeah.
And that
It
will
looks
work great. So I have quite a few colors that I'll be... They shouldn't get tangled like this. But anyway, this is the gray beads was the one that like really inspired things. So it's gray and a very green, like not quite mint, but not turquoise anymore either. That kind
Yeah.
of color. And I've worn these a couple times already. I finished them this weekend.
Cute.
You're gonna see a lot of colors with this.
Okay.
And then I talked about it last time I recorded that I'm a little obsessed with stitched fringe earrings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've been going a little crazy with that. I've got my first pair that we put on the
Yep.
on
Instagram.
the gram. Yep.
Yep.
And I have these crazy ones that make me think
Those
of
are
Billie Eilish.
pretty.
Oh my, yeah.
It's a
It's
white
like her hair.
bugle bead and a black bugle bead and a neon green Miyuki Delica, which are like very like uniform square bead, and
Those
they're
are
so
fun.
long.
I
They're
wanna know
pure
about that one.
drama. You want to? Okay, so this one I've made this one, and Kevin's like, "Oh, is that your pride earring?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's not a rainbow." I mean, I would wear pride earrings for sure, but it's not a
And
rainbow.
he doesn't know what a rainbow is.
Obviously, red, orange, yellow, pink, and a royal blue.
Close.
Very close, but
I love
not.
that.
It's. I have a Hawthorne, Indiana shirt. I think they issued from
Oh.
Target, maybe after season 2 of Stranger Things,
Mm.
and this is the stripe.
Hawkins.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you. I said Hawking.
No, you said Hawthorne.
Hawthorne. Okay. I don't even
I
know.
was like, I don't know what
I
you're
don't
talking
know
about.
what the words I'm saying are. Hawkins, Indiana, from Stranger Things,
Yeah.
the fictional town they live in. It's the stripe on my 80s inspired
Yeah, I love
shirt.
it.
I love
That's
it too.
awesome.
Cute.
So I'm a little obsessed, right?
Yeah. Those look
I'm
fun.
finding keeping my clothing as the inspiration is great because then it'll go with my outfit.
Yeah. And the
Absolutely.
work is already done for you.
Yeah, the color palette's put together. These are my America ones.
Cute.
It's a like a triangle with alternating white beads on a blue field, so it's like the stars, and then red and white fringe. And my daughter's like, she counted the fringe. She's like, "Mom, you ended up with 13 stripes."
Yeah.
I was like, "Huh?
Wow, look at
I
me
wonder
go.
if that was like in my control."
And are there 50 stars?
There are not 50 stars. I really, really
That'd be a
thought
big
about
earring.
like how to do it because I could have extended the fringe.
Yeah.
But it would have been more challenging. Like it wasn't going to work out so that they were like nestled in the field of blue. Some of the white dots would have been on the
Yeah.
outside, and I didn't.
I don't know
like
why
that.
anybody would ever count how many stars are in your earrings.
Right.
Except for
Right.
Mirabella.
Right. Exactly. Then, poking around on the internet because I wanted to get. You can get like knitting graph paper. You can get graph paper that matches the bead stitch technique that you're
smart.
doing.
That's
Oh.
cool.
But while doing that, I found a little baseball.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, cute.
And so my husband is an A's fan, and I'm perfectly comfortable being an A's fan as well, even though this is my high school rivals' colors.
Mhm.
So I made a little baseball with fringe coming off.
I want you to make that baseball with fringe, but make the fringe look like fire, like it's going really fast.
Well, so my kids were like, "Oh, it's like a baseball comet."
Yeah.
Actually, I showed it to Alexander, the almost 22-year-old, and he's like, "What's that round thing?" So he's like, "Not a
Big
sport.
sports fan?
Yeah, not a sports kid."
He's not in a sports ball.
And then I showed it to Dante, and he said, like, essentially the same thing.
What's that round part?
So, it's like, I was working on them on Saturday, just past, and next day is Father's Day, and I said, "Kevin, both your sons were like, what is that round thing? What do you think about, like, catch tomorrow?"
Yeah. It's a great Father's Day activity.
I have a good friend who's a Giants fan, so I
Oh,
made
really
some
cool.
Ooh, I like
some
that
Giants. So it's a baseball with black fringe and little red orange alternating.
Cute.
I'm really excited about little. I figured out how to do circle ones.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
have
yeah,
a little
neat.
dome
Cool.
shape instead of a triangle.
Very pretty.
I got a mix, like a strung mix that's all just like
Oh, I love those.
crazy. So I did that in the dome shape too. And
Cute.
then Then I took the baseball shape. What's that round thing?
Yeah.
And I just did the baseball shape in the crazy mixed up colorway with gold fringe coming off. And I
Reminds me of a
really
gumball.
like that one.
Like a gumball.
Yeah, like a gumball. I like that. I was thinking like crazy disco ball.
Yeah.
Like the
Can
vibe
you
I was
make,
getting.
like a cloud and like raindrops?
You could. Yes.
cute.
Yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah.
I've seen some
Or like
similar...
a rainbow coming out of it.
I've seen some things like that, and I just want to buy them from that person.
Yeah.
But yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't wear earrings like that, but I think they're pretty cute.
Well.
I mean, I might.
Okay. Because
I don't have
Karin,
space in my daily life for that.
So, Karin had seen my earrings from last time, and she very politely offered to commission me some earrings, and then I just left her on red. Because I'm not sure about what I'm going to do as far as selling these, if or at all. So that's for you.
I can hear.
These are
look
for
at my little
you,
yellow ones.
but,
They're so
you
cute.
know, I mean, they go with you now.
I would wear earrings like this if I had a place to go.
It's
like,
Tuesday, and you're
look
here.
at my
It goes
bright
perfectly
yellow,
with you.
My shirt.
And these are the perfect length because I don't have a long neck. I can't do really droopy long things. I've never felt comfortable.
Yeah.
These are perfect.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you like them.
Thank you.
If you
'Cause
feel
you know my
daring,
colors.
someday I could make you very long ones because you don't have to have a long neck. But thank you for I asked when we were sort of lightly talking about it, and I was really fishing for details more than saying, yes, you could pay me to do it. The hot tip of, I asked if Karin had any metal sensitivity. She said yes, but she puts Neosporin on the back of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and these ones, I'm usually very sensitive. Like, I can't wear them for more than a day. And well, Neosporin on it.
Yeah, smart.
So these, I don't have any reaction, the one that I used for you guys. So hopefully they will also be kind of hypoallergenic for you.
Nice.
But there are some earring hooks or lever backs that were very, like, I put it in for 10 minutes and they hurt. And I use the Neosporin.
Okay, with Neosporin,
Fabulous.
I can last about an hour and a half.
Oh. Have you tried
But,
nail polish? And then Neosporin? Because my mom used to coat the back of hers with
clear
nail polish.
I've heard that.
Don't know about that. I know that when I first got my ears pierced, it was like if you had the really, really nice expensive gold.
Yeah.
But
that's
that's
how
just
my mom is.
that's just not in the budget to do all the time. I'm not a jewelry enough person to do that, and sometimes that stuff is just always fancy. It doesn't come with the fun shapes. So.
Well, I hope you have fun with those, and they don't
I'm gonna
hurt
have fun.
you. Yeah, but I don't have. I really.
I'm
can
gonna put
wear
them on when we get home because I'm gonna wait for the Neosporin.
No need to show them off. You'll have to send a picture of you wearing them. Though.
I will.
But though this particular style, when I wear them, even without the Neosporin, I could wear them all day. So everybody's different, but I chose them in hopes that we'd all be good.
Look at the dignity of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, essentially, Katie, it's Tuesday, and that goes with your outfit.
Yeah.
No pressure to wear them all the time.
That is so weird. How did you know she was going to wear yellow?
It
goes with her scrunchie.
Have I told you my realization I had the other day when I was sitting at lunch?
Tell us.
And
Because that is so
I have this
freaking cute.
bright yellow
on her.
water bottle.
Yeah, you were talking about
And
it.
I got out my yellow purse and I pulled out my yellow AirPods case
That's
and I
true.
looked down at my yellow shoes and I told myself I should buy a different color.
No.
But then I went to Target and I bought this t-shirt the other day. So
that is the right choice.
yeah,
That's true. At any given day,
I probably wouldn't wear all of these together on a daily basis with the scrunchie and the earrings and everything, but you know, I might.
It came together today. But I hope you enjoyed them.
I do. Thank you.
It's fancy events or on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
So yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to do about selling them because I'm really like hearing, like I'm looking carefully at what's happening, what you can see on Instagram of Indigenous and non-Indigenous people participating in this art form. And like I read one thing that was like, hey, stop it. Indigenous people have built this as an industry. But I don't know how authentic that is, actually. And yet I don't want to question it too much. So I'm just kind of really biding my time and looking at what's happening. I'm considering that if I do sell it, that I'm going to look for some like Indigenous friendly or pro, like whatever a good, like something that supports land back or reparations or something like that. because I want to participate in this art form, and I don't think I'm going to be shooed away from it, but I don't know exactly how I'd approach it in the marketplace yet.
Yeah. That's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, hope you enjoy your earrings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are those all the things you finished, or?
Yeah, the necklaces, the earrings, and the cardigan.
Nice. Those are some good
Also
things.
good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty major
Yeah.
stuff.
Cool.
But the beading's really fun.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
It's feeding your soul right now.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Kevin's like, "Are you getting ready for something?" Because I'm kind of full bore into it right
Right.
now. And I was like, "No,
Just having fun.
it's just I haven't really done any jewelry making in about 5 years with any great like creativity behind it."
Uh-huh.
And I sold through my back stock finally.
Nice.
Pretty much when
Yeah.
we did our boutique in November. So
Sometimes it's just fun to make things with no reason behind it. It's just
Yeah.
I'm just accumulating things because they're
Just
fun to
because it
make.
feeds your
Yep.
soul.
Yep. Well, you want to do obsessions, things like that?
yeah, I'm ready. What are
Okay.
you obsessed with, Katie?
I have two. First off is I don't play a lot of games, on my phone, computer, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Gets in the way of knitting.
It does.
Yeah.
But I had been playing a long time ago, and I forgot about until I saw people playing an online GeoGuessr. Have either of you
that?
done this?
Mm-mm.
So you can have like a free version of it, but it's only free for like a 5-minute game or something. But I think it's like $2.99 a month to play. And you can play on I think it's a desktop only thing. I don't think it's on a phone. So I use my laptop, whatever. But there's different versions of it. Basically, you get plopped into a Google Maps street view, and you have to figure out where on a map you like put your pin where you are.
That's awesome.
And you can play globally. They could be anywhere in the world. So you're like looking for street signs, trying to figure out what language you're reading. You can play
That sounds
United
cool.
States. You can play, people make these maps. So there are maps for everything. James and I last night were playing together, and we were playing just the Ventura County map. So it plops you into a place in Ventura County, and it was fun
That
to
is
like.
super fun.
It was really fun to like see where you are initially and guess like this looks like Camarillo or this looks like Ojai. Like you could tell pretty quickly when you're in Ojai. And I have learned that different cities street signs are different colors, right?
Ooh.
Camarillo is
Ah.
brown, Ventura is blue. So now I have like those little clues to figure out where I am. But it's very fun, and I feel like it's a better thing to do than scrolling on my phone because I'm like at least using my brain a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's pretty chill.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think the way it works, I'm playing like the classic version of it, which is like 5 rounds, and then so you get plopped somewhere, you figure out where you are, you put your pin, and then it tells you, and I think 5,000 points is like you're pretty darn close, like a couple meters away. So you're trying to get like a perfect score. So it's very fun.
That sounds very fun.
I have been having a good time with it. My other obsession is I think we talked about Mr. Styles last
Yes.
last one, but his new
I was
album has
highly
since come out.
embarrassed.
Oh, it's
So I've been
good.
listening to Harry's House pretty
Yeah.
much on repeat, and
Yep.
it is so good.
It is,
It's
yes.
so good. There's some songs that I listen to over and over, and some that I skip one that I skip because it makes me too sad to listen
Oh, which one is that?
to. Matilda.
Oh,
I mean, it's an excellent song, but it is sad.
yeah,
But the album itself is very, very
it is. Good. Yeah.
Music for a Sushi Restaurant
Yeah,
is
I
so
love it.
good.
Love it. Love it. Love
It's
it.
so good. And also Late Night Talking is my like second favorite, but I've
Yeah.
been having
No,
such
I
a good
love
time.
The whole album. I'm bad with song names, so
Yes.
Um,
Harry's House is the name of the album.
Yeah.
Harry Styles is the person
so
we're talking about.
It came up at work. Somebody said something about one of my coworkers was talking about like when he hears a genre of music that he likes, he has to go to the very beginning of its founding
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and get
origin?
and just listen to that because he feels like that's the most authentic. Like
Okay.
like K-pop, I'd have to like get into like the first bands and the so then I
That's
was like,
easy because I only get into stuff when it's old. So
right, yeah. So then I was like, oh, so you're not part of the BTS army?
Uh-huh.
And I've got this new girl who's the same age as Alexander. She's 21, I guess. Maybe she turned 22 yet. Doesn't matter. Very young. And I said, oh, are you part of the BTS army? Just teasing her. And she's
Uh-huh.
like, no, but my friends are. And I'm like, phew. I gave up my boy band Like,
Yeah.
my boy band time was over by the end of 4th grade, which is kind of early.
I'm in a boy band revolution, right now, where I'm like obsessed with all these new things, and I'm like, oh, this is like how I felt when I was 12 years old with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Well, so I was like, but I do like Harry Styles now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but he's dating someone older than me.
Is he?
I think Olivia Wilde's older than me.
I didn't know they were dating.
Oh yeah, it's super
Oh.
serious.
Oh,
They're
sweet.
like looking for houses together.
Cute. He's in 2 new movies coming up too.
I
That
know
I'm excited
one of them's
about.
hers, and I'm excited too.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I
for
figured
sure.
you might
be. So I'll overlap into that one.
Okay. You can borrow it.
Obsessions. Okay.
I have not had any time to do obsessions
Oh.
because I was so
Obsessed with something.
Well, I was so busy doing the working with the elections division that for the first couple of weeks, and then also I'm in design mode. So
Those are your 2 obsessions.
yeah.
Serving democracy. What a good obsession.
I know. My mother-in-law tried to tell me, "Well, you're doing too much. Maybe you shouldn't have done the election thing."
Oh no.
And I said, I'm making a difference,
Mhm.
and if that is the thing, well, because she criticized me for not being there to take care of my family. You should know I have a 29, a 26, and a 20-year-old. They're adults. They know how to cook. They can fend for themselves. And I was so proud. I'm like, my friend Anne, her kids help with the dinner. She teaches them early on. Everybody works as a family unit, and they help. And I go, even her little ones, they help and they make dinner. And they make a dinner that's at their level,
Mm-hmm.
but they help and they do everything because they work as a family unit. I go, my people here, because she was like thinking, I'm like, I don't have little kids at home.
Yeah, who do you need to take care of?
Yeah, I'm like, everybody in our house is
You could
adults.
pour yourself a bowl of
They
cereal
know
if you're
how,
hungry.
and everybody knows how to cook.
Yep.
Everybody knows how to pitch in.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that interpretation of how I torture my children. I appreciate it. Because that is my goal.
I think that's great parenting. You're
Thank you.
teaching them really important life skills early on. And not only that, you're teaching your kids to think of other people and to appreciate other people in their family and not just, Mom, when's my dinner? Or I'm too busy on my computer to come to the table.
Yeah.
Because I'll just get it later. Put it in the microwave for me.
Yeah, not in my house.
Yeah, no. Y'all are adults. If you're not at the table by the time I'm ready to clean up, it's getting put away.
Yeah.
You're not.
Right on.
They're nothing for you.
I am also really honored that you would use that as the ammunition for you to have your time.
It was a
'Cause
heated.
this is your time.
It was a heated time.
But this is your
Conversation.
time, though.
Yeah.
Why can't you go do these things?
Yeah.
They are all
This
grown-ups.
was very
You have
important.
nurtured them and mothered them into adulthood as you should and have done well at. Now it's your time.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that even though it was Father's Day, my kids were like, Mom, you're not feeling well. How can I help you today?
Oh, God
They were
bless.
so good.
good.
I'm like, I got an extra Mother's Day on Father's Day. Sorry, hon.
Well, is it his birthday coming? He can
Wednesday, yeah.
have that is just his day then.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
good.
it's
He's
okay.
got a day tomorrow. Oh, that's tomorrow.
It is
22nd.
tomorrow.
My
Yep.
parents have always seen Mother's Day and Father's Day as like, well, she's not my mother or she's not my father, so they don't give each other presents or like.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like, no, she's not my. I think that was my dad that started.
Yeah.
It's like she's not my mom.
Yep. Yeah. We don't do that.
Yeah.
But we're, I kind of hate Mother's Day and Father's Day. It's such an artificial
Yeah.
holiday. It's like, okay, if you want, like, sometimes you just have to accept people's want to participate in something like
Yeah.
that. So, okay, kids, sure, we'll go do something that only you can't complain about that I want to do.
I
So
just
drive
don't
them to
want.
art
I just
museum.
when they were younger, I just didn't want it to be the only day in your life that you actually
Mhm.
set aside time to think about us are these days that were set aside by somebody else.
Right,
Yeah.
that are just made up.
But as they got older, they are very, very thoughtful and very, very caring.
My
So-
dad is like really good at Father's Day because he texts me about a month beforehand and says, "I want this," and I order it, and we're good to go. And then he's like, last week he's like, "What are we doing on this weekend?" And I was like, "I don't know. You tell me what you want to
Yeah.
do." And he's like, "I want to barbecue some hot dogs and have the kids come over." And I was like, "I'll buy some hot dogs and you can grill them, Dad."
Yeah.
So it was easy peasy. He got a T-shirt that he wanted, and he got a one of those fake rock Bluetooth speakers for his backyard. He's very excited about.
That's awesome.
I like that story.
So maybe this segment is also, what are the people in your life obsessed with?
There you go.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, he has like a Bluetooth speaker that he brings outside, but he brings it back and forth. And we were saying, like, you need some sort of decorative, like, garden speaker.
Yeah.
So my sister found, like, a fake rock looking one that's Bluetooth. And I was like, this is perfect. So
That's awesome.
that's what he got.
I gotta
and a
look at
t-shirt
that
from
for
me.
Kevin. That's fantastic.
Well-
Yeah, I was listening to the January 6th hearings, and they were interviewing the poll workers today, and it made me think of how important your job is.
Yeah.
Like, that's some pretty moving testimony today. And,
Yeah.
I am obsessed with a show that I am late to, and I wonder, I've been like sitting on it to ask you if you've watched it yet. It's on Netflix. It's called Dark, and it's a German like sci-fi mystery, sort of time travel thing.
Subtitles?
Subtitles, yeah.
Probably not, only because as much as I've tried to get into those, usually I'm trying to knit, and I can't knit and look at the subtitles and try to juggle all that.
If you're a decently fast reader, you can read it and look down.
Yeah.
Because I've been beating.
Or
while
you're
watching.
doing a really simple knitting project, maybe.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Because that is what.
Because I think I started it because are you not like super excited about sci-fi that is not in English?
I am not particularly. I didn't think of it that way, let's say.
Uh-huh.
I stayed away from this one because the description didn't do it justice. I just thought it was like a missing kid mystery. And I don't want that.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to just watch people be tortured while they're looking for this kid that we don't know where they are, and we don't have
that's
hope
not
of what's. Yeah, I'm like, this is not a journey I want to go on after working in a funeral home all day. So I was like, no thanks. But then Kevin watches has a YouTube channel of these special effects graphic special effects artists, and they sit together and they like pick apart effects. And one of those guys was like, oh, it's like watching Dark. You don't want to you want to look at the screen the whole time, and you don't want to look down to read because you want to look at the screen the whole time. And I was like, oh, these guys like Dark.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be something I like. Maybe it's something different than I thought it was.
Adding
And
that
it
to my
is.
list.
It is. It's like
Mind-melting shows. One of the most, according to Roger Ebert.
it's like right now. So I'm in the third season, which I believe they wrap it up in the third season. It's so like tangled up. I don't know how they're gonna untangle it in like the 3 more episodes I have to watch. But
Those are always good when you're like, how can we ever get to the end?
It's so good that when I'm thinking about it, I think about the characters as though they're speaking English. Because when I'm thinking about it later,
you're remembering it in English.
yeah, I don't know if that means anything at all. It's just it's very easy to connect with. Alexander took 2 years of German in high school, but it wasn't taught as conversational language. It was more of like to be able to read German. So I don't think that's a great way to be able to speak it, or listen to it.
Yeah.
So he was in the living room while I was watching it one night, and he's not really paying attention. He's playing with the dogs, and I said, "Do you understand any of this?" Just in passing. And he's like, I'm not paying attention, shoos me off. And then one of the characters like sees something shocking, and he says, the F word really loud. And he's like, I got that one.
I knew that one.
I heard that. Would you like me to translate it?
That's like my Spanish. I'm like, if you talked really slow or wrote it down, I might be able to understand you. But
I'm not bad at Spanish.
Spanish speakers just speak so quickly.
Hable despacio, por favor.
Yeah, exactly.
That is muy importante palabras.
Yes.
When you're all done,
See.
I did find an obsession.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's it. You should watch Dark. I'm not
The
going to
floor is...
No,
I
don't
love that
like it.
show. Oh, I love this.
The floor is what?
Floor is lava.
I know what you were going to say, but you didn't say it. So.
I cut her off. I'm sorry.
Because y'all are supposed to say it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I haven't watched it because I think I was trying to dump.
It's better this. Okay, it's better this year.
Karen,
It
poor
is better
Karen.
this season.
True.
But when I want something that's kind of mindless and it's a game that feels whimsy to me because we used to play it with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids, they're all adults now, but they remember that on rainy days I was the one who would open up a tent and we would play camp out in the living room, and we take all the cushions off and play Floor is Lava.
Yeah, I mean it's fun to play.
It is fun.
Yeah.
There are some. The rules are a little different this time. The way it's structured, there's a little bit more to it. A little more. I feel like they got a better budget. It just reminds me of the game. We used to watch Nickelodeon, and what was the one with the Agra Crag? It was like the giant mountain thing. It was like
Guts.
It was like Guts, and they had some other one that was like that. And we always thought, those look so fun. I wish they had those for grown-ups. So Floor is Lava is Nickelodeon for grown-ups.
Yeah.
My family likes it. I haven't gotten into it.
There was Guts. There was Legends of the Hidden Temple.
I
That's the one I was
loved
thinking
Legends of the
yeah.
Hidden
and then
Temple.
there was
I did like that
whatever
one, actually.
the one that Mark Summers did, the
Double Dare.
Double Dare. Yeah.
Double Dare, where you always had to like reach into this
The
giant
big nose
nose.
Yeah.
Was not.
Yeah, Double Dare grossed me out.
Yeah.
Like the food,
So,
any kind of
no-
the food, the slime.
No,
the
they always
picking
had
the
family
nose.
Double Dare, so
Yeah.
they did have a family version, but our kids were too little, and I knew this would happen. By the time our kids were big enough, it's off the air.
It was on the air for a pretty long
Yeah, it
time.
was.
I know, but my kids were like toddlers then. It's like, it
You
was
want to make
fun.
them go down the slide with the boogers coming out the nose, or
Or
stick their little arms up there and pull the flags out.
Mostly, we just wanted Legends of the Hidden Temple
Oh, that
in
was so
adult, like as a grown up obstacle course.
I think that's called a escape room.
I lost my train of thought.
Okay. Well, I think
Choo-choo.
we could call it a night. It's an hour and a half into this, and I think we're tired. So, I think when this episode comes out, you will have new classes to choose from on our website. So if you want to take a class from us, there's lots of things on there for fun. And if you're not local, we still have our independent study video classes as an option. But I think that's it this month for the book club. We just came out with our episode for Circe, which we all agreed was excellent. And
Fantastic.
this month we're reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I just remembered that off the top of my head. I feel so
You're
smart.
so good.
And other than that, we'll see you next month for our next episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Strings Unraveled is a production of Strings and Things Studio, with Anne Lekravin-Cazzoli, Kaity Von Rader-Fraker, and Karin Wilmoth. Recorded and edited by Kaity Von Rader-Fraker. Find us online at stringsandthingsstudio.com or on Facebook or Instagram at Strings and Things Studio. You can email us at stringsandthingsinfo@gmail.com.